Hello, this is Coach Meyer from St. Marcus Lutheran School, and today we're going to do a little art with Coach. So one of the things I love to do is obviously painting, watercolors. Today we're just going to do a lesson that allows us to share our faith a little bit. The book of Mark, chapter 16, verse 15, a verse you're probably very familiar with, says, "Go into all the world and preach the good news to all creation." One of the really simple ways that we can do that is just using our talents and our abilities. So we're going to start today. I'm going to show you a little bit of a finished product. Got a couple here, one on a little bit better paper. Show you this one, and this is the project that we'll be working on. Probably over the next couple days, or at least a little bit of period that some of it will need to dry, but we'll kind of see how that goes. So this is on a little cheaper paper, but still got some nice effects. So as far as what you're going to need for the project, you're going to need some paint brushes. If you are able to, I'm going to move this down so you can kind of see this a little bit. If you're able to have a little bit of these kind of flat brushes, and even if they're a little bit bigger, that's okay. I'll grab one that's maybe a little bigger. That's all right too. If you don't have this variety of brushes, maybe you only have one brush, we can make that work. But it will be helpful if you have this kind a little bit, but we can make any of this stuff work. We're also going to need possibly a thin tip marker. You can also just use a pencil, and that will work as well. In fact, it may, for some purposes, may work just as well or better. I have a variety of paints. This just for the sake of this project, because I would think there's a lot of you that just have like maybe a praying set. That's so whatever watercolors you have. I do have some professional ones. I'm not even going to use that for this project, but if whatever kind of paints you have, we can make work. So these are dollar store cheapo, and they actually still work pretty well for this project. You're going to need some masking tape, and I just have the regular masking tape here. I do also have some painters, some of this blue kind as well. But whatever masking tape you have, if you have thinner stuff, that's even better. But most of you are going to have this regular size, and that's fine. You're going to need some water. And I see mine maybe needs a little cleaning here. But you're going to need a container that has water. Need a fair amount of that. You're going to need some napkins or paper towel or something you can kind of dap your brushes and clean your brushes a little bit. You could even use an old rag. That would work as well. You're going to need, now I have again, a board to put my project on. You can use just a cardboard box will work. But that's one of the first steps we're going to be doing here shortly. You're going to need something that you can tape your paper on. Then, again, if you are able to have some really good paper, I'll just show the watercolor paper. That is going to work the best, or at least is going to allow the water to kind of mix a little bit better. However, I've done this with just like cheapo printing paper, and this one actually is done on cheapo printing paper. It does take a little bit more. It's a little bit harder to get the colors to maybe mix, and you may have a problem with the paper kind of wrinkling and some of those kinds of things. It'll take maybe a little more skill, but it can be done on cheapo paper, and you can still get a pretty good painting. Otherwise, another option is to use cardstock. If you just have like even that a little firmer paper would work. And again, of course, the best is going to be to use some of the watercolor paper. I use 40-pound paper. There's a lot of different kinds you can use. At the end of the day, for this project, that really isn't the most important thing. You're also going to need a scissors, and I think the other thing you might be helpful is just to have a ruler. So I'll grab one of those here too. Yeah, that'll be a little bit helpful. Not mandatory, but helpful. So that is our supplies. So the first step here is just getting all your supplies together, and I'll come back shortly and we'll start getting our project together.